What's up, guys? It's time for me to make my AFC South predictions. Let's get into it. In last place, I have the Tennessee Titans. Folks, the Titans have made some moves this offseason, trading for L'Jarius Sneed, signing Tony Pollard, going out and paying Calvin Ridley the big bucks. Unfortunately, they had to lose Mike Vrabel. They had to lose Derrick Henry. They brought in Brian Callahan. All of these moves are a sign that this organization believes in Will Levis. But just because they believe in Will Levis doesn't necessarily mean I believe in Will Levis. I don't. I had my concerns going into the 2023 draft about all the QBs that were potentially available to be selected in the first round. With Bryce Young, it was his size and if he could sustain those hits in the NFL. With CJ Stroud, I questioned the Ohio State quarterback. We haven't really seen a guy from that program play well in the league. With Anthony Richardson, I thought he was more of a project than a prospect. That being said, I still thought all of those guys were worthy of being drafted in the first round. Just because I had concerns didn't necessarily mean I didn't believe in the talent. But with Will Levis, I didn't believe he was a first-round draft pick, and he wasn't drafted in the first round. He was drafted at the top of the second round. So that's why I have the Titans in last place. I simply just don't trust Will Levis enough to have him any higher. In third place, I went back and forth a lot, but I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jags last year were favored to win the AFC South by a wide margin. The Colts, the Titans, and the Texans all had questionable QB situations or rookie QBs as their starters, whereas the Jags finished the season on a hot streak. They ended up overcoming a 27-point deficit and giving the Chiefs a pretty tough test in the divisional round. So all the momentum was on their side. Everyone expected Trevor Lawrence to have a big season, and that wasn't the case. Trevor Lawrence took a step back. The injury certainly didn't help at the end of the season, but he did not take that step in his development. The Jags have brought in Gabe Davis and Brian Robinson Jr. to help him out. This has got to be the year where Trevor Lawrence pops off and he inserts himself in that top 10 to 12 conversation. Maybe even, top 8. We got to see something from Trevor Lawrence this year that gives us confidence, that makes people want to say, he isn't the most overpaid QB in football. He has the talent to win big games in this league. But I simply just don't trust the Jags, and I think the other two teams that I have ahead of them are just a little bit more talented at this current moment in time. So I have the Jags in third place. In second place, I have the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the biggest concern I have with the Colts is Anthony Richardson's durability. Last season, he only played in 3 games. If Richardson can stay healthy, he's definitely better than what they had last year in Gardner Minshew. But the fact of the matter is, he kept getting injured. I think he'll stay healthier than he did last season, but that's a huge question mark. And although I'm more optimistic about Richardson's health this season, if he gets banged up, the Colts could potentially be one of the worst teams in football. That being said, last year with Gardner Minshew, this team was able to go down to the wire against the Texans for the division title on the line. They didn't know the division title was going to be on the line because they didn't see Jacksonville losing the next day to Tennessee. But if Minshew makes some key passes at the end of the ball game and the receivers make a couple plays here and there, the Colts could have easily won the AFC South with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback. If Richardson's the upgrade that I think he can be, the Colts are definitely making the playoffs this year. And in first place, I have the Houston Texans. The Stephon Diggs move is huge. It's a huge move for CJ Stroud to say, we believe in you. Not only do we believe that you are our guy, but we believe that we can win the Super Bowl not only in the future, but this season with you leading the way, CJ Stroud. We believe that you are one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Stephon Diggs also has a lot of eyes on him because last season, towards the tail end of the year, when he wasn't a factor, Buffalo started winning. So he has a chip on his shoulder. He's entering a contract year. He's got to play well if he wants to make the big bucks. They did upgrade their defense with Danielle Hunter. They signed Joe Mixon. I think this team has given CJ the confidence he needs for this team to take that step, to go to an AFC Championship game, to go to a Super Bowl, and I have high expectations for the Texans. I just don't hope they fall short. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Feel free to tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks, guys.